Hi everyone and welcome to Sunday night. Okay, I am so sorry I am late. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I feel like I just ran in the house and I was just like I got to get this going. And I thought I'd be home earlier, but it's so okay. I was Bella's right here. Let's see if we can show you. I was with another puppy. So she's going to be all over me. Do you want to say hi? Okay. I literally just walked through the door. Hi, my love. You're such a good girl. Um, yeah, so we were out today. I'll talk to you about that in a few seconds. Let's say hi to everybody. Look at her. She's like, my mommy was cheating on me. Hold on. It's like getting the third degree. She's like, you weren't here. You go by daddy. Go talk to daddy. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, what a great night. Okay, let's say hi to everybody. And we have Miss Jess. Hi, Miss Jess. Hi, Miss Wendy. Um, you did? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Really? It's been that long? No way. February 3rd, 2025. Okay. I had a feeling it was long and slow and steady. It's okay. You're back. You're back. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so funny. I can't see this writing, but I could see that writing. We got so much to talk about. Hi, Miss Chris. How are you? Miss Amy, how are you? Did you get my last email? I can't wait to see if anything came in the mail. Okay. Hi, Miss Robin. Robin, it was so nice. You were there last night, right? It was this Robin. Last night on Judy's, and no, you also on Jeanette's. I tell you, it. Hi, Lelani. How are you? Um, is May flying by for all of you? I feel like May is flying by so fast. And then we got Miss Kathy. She is on vacation. Oh, safe travels, my friend. I saw something on Instagram, your traveling adventure. Enjoy. Enjoy, my friend. Thank you for popping in. Yes, Miss Bella is in the house. She is so cute. She really is. Hi, Miss Jen. Your girls are worse, huh? Hi, Melissa. How you doing today? And we got Renee in the house. Still nothing. It is so weird to get one but not the other. And they were mailed the same day. But Amy, you know what? This works so much better for me so that you know I live small. I live rural. And let me tell you something. My post office or something, it glitches and or it just takes longer. And then all of a sudden, like I'll put something in the mail and you'll be like, I got it. And I was like, I just went to the post office. So that's why I asked you if you would just give grace for the rest of this week and see if it happens. And if it does not, I promise I will get another one in the mail to you. It's just so weird. But you know I will do right. Hi, Miss Anne. Loving your new profile picture. Love that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You know what, Wendy? The whole year is definitely going woof. It really wait a second. Hi, Miss Tara. Nice to see you. What are you doing here? Holy moly. I'm so glad you're here and listening. Stephanie, if you're just listening, you know I'm talking about you. You guys are awesome. Okay. So, oh, Miss Christine's here. How are you? All right. So I thought tonight would be a whole bunch of different things. I'll give you an update, right? I'm going to grab out my folder. Y'all see? I went to see the specialist on Friday. And can I tell you, I was not like nervous, but on Thursday I was like preoccupied, like wanting, like, I don't know what I wanted. I was just very focused and getting my time frame down because it was over 2 hours away. And I wanted to make sure I was on time. I didn't want to hit traffic. And I don't know if I got to tell you the story behind why I'm going here. So Vinny's girl, Shannon, her mom works here. And it's, I don't want to say it's coincidental, but like all of a sudden I have something wrong with my retina and I've got a connection. And she's been with this doctor for a very, very long time. So she said, come to my office, even though it's further than the closest office to you, so that I can walk you through everything. And I thought that was so sweet because I was actually 15 minutes early-ish for the appointment. And as I was walking in the door, she was walking out of the back already looking for me. Gets me signed in, gets me a bracelet, has us sit for a second. Then they call me into the first room where they go over everything and then check your vision. Then they dilated my eyes. And then they sit you in another waiting room until the dilation stuff kicks in. Then, and she said that he's a very busy man, so he could get behind real fast. She says, but we're gonna walk you through each step. So first room, they're gonna do some kind of exam, right? Laser exam. And the person says, okay, we're going to expedite you. And I'm like, oh. And then I go sit back down. A few minutes later, they take me into another room to do another exam where you're looking through these things and they're measuring and doing and all this other good stuff. And he was such a nice young man. And he's like, I got you. And he's like, we're supposed to expedite you. You're like VIP. And I was like, he was making me feel so comfortable in such an awkward way, right? So then go back, sit in the waiting room. And now I get to be brought into the room where the doctor's going to see you. Big, huge television, right? That's going to bring your chart up. So the assistant is there and she's going over all the notes from my doctor here and comparing to the new exams that they had just given me. And all of a sudden the doctor's going to come in. So Sue says, Doc, this is Shannon's boyfriend's mom. So he walks in, shakes my hand. He goes, hi, Shannon's boyfriend's mom. And I said, hi, I'm Donna. And right away, he goes, what's going on? Looks at the charts, looks at his and my records. And then he's like, okay. And then he starts looking in. And if anyone, I know we had Anne-Marie's here. Oh, I tried calling, we tried connecting Saturday night. It just did not work. So Anne-Marie, he told me that it was the pucker, right? And he wanted now to check for retina tears. I don't know. I have not looked this up on YouTube yet. But whatever he did, he held my eyes open one at a time. And it felt like he was behind my eye. And then he did it to this eye. And it felt like whatever the tool he was using was literally behind my eyes. If you can imagine that. And I'm like this. And then he's like, okay. He says, what do you want to do? I go, what do you mean? What do I want to do? And he goes, it's a choice. And I sat there and I must have made a face. I go, it's a choice? How can that be a choice? And he's like, well, it's up to, I don't tell you have to. You have to tell me whether or not your quality of life has changed. And I go, oh, yeah. my quality of life has changed, and it's been changing. So I start to explain all the different things that I was able to do and now I'm not comfortable doing, and how I don't see as well as I used to see, and blah, blah, blah. He goes, there's your answer right there. I go, okay. So by Monday, I will know what day they're doing the procedure. He explained that it's like I get put under, and it's a 15-minute-ish procedure. Surgery. I don't know. Is it surgery? Is it a procedure? And they scrape, I guess, the membrane. I think that's what it is. I don't have the terminology. But the only thing that my husband took away from that entire doctor's appointment was, it's only 15 minutes. And I said, say that again. Say that again, that it's only 15 minutes. I said, because you know what? We're going to have a problem. It's not only for me. It's not you're only going to have this done. This to me is a big deal. And I'm not going to downplay it. I'm not going to minimize it because it's 15 minutes. I said, so don't even be thinking that way. So I'm ready. I'm ready. He did find floaters in this eye, which I knew were there. I don't have any in this eye. But I drive local. I'm fine. I could see. It's not like I can't see. But depth perception is off. And it's cloudier on this side. So, and then I find myself like squinting a lot while I drive, or I'll hold my eyes open a little bit more just so I can see things a little crisper. And while driving, it's all depends on the color of the sky. And Amory would probably say, yep, exactly. But some days when the sky is like crystal clear, I see better. If there's a twilight, forget that, I don't see. So I drove to Jersey because I really wanted to test how I felt on roads I did not know. Now, I did not put anybody in danger. I still see. I just wanted to see what my comfort level was in driving. And it was that I'm like, I memorize roads when I drive, and I do all the driving anyway. And so up here, we don't have stoplights. We don't even have stop signs. So it's like, and there's nobody on the roads. But going to Jersey, where there's constant flow of traffic, I wanted to see what I was actually receiving. And that's when I said to the doctor, I'm ready. Get her done. I'm not living like this. I will not. This is not quality of life for me. Screens, like I don't have the above lights on, but the brightness of this screen right here is messing with my eyes. Coming home after being dilated, I had the baseball hat on. I had my sunglasses on. I had my head in my jacket. I was just like, oh gosh, it was one for the record. All right, I want to see who I missed. I did get Christine. Got Amy. We got Lisa's in the house. And we got Electric Mima. Hi, my friend. Nice to see you. We got Deb. Hi, Deb. Look at that beautiful smile. Love you guys. We got Anne-Marie. She's my eye tech. She's my girl. She's my doc. And this was the best. When I told the specialist that my regular doctor was monitoring me for 2 years, and that, he's like, what's her first name? And I'm like, Lisa. And he's like, he stands there and he's literally dictating into the thing, and he's telling Lisa and he's going over, and I'm like, wow, she's always got my back here, my eye doctor. So I love that he was going to communicate with her right away. So I was very happy that the lines of communication were open. John was so impressed that the office moved so fast, not even just for us, but for TJ, Thomas John. It was fine-tuned clock, right? Fine-tuned clock. It really was. TJ Venmo'd me money, so I want to say thank you. I love it. He's like, let me borrow money. He says, I promise to get it back to you. So I do. And he's so good with that. Hi, Miss Kim. How are you? I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. He used a tool to push the retina into his view. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Can I tell you that after that, my eyes were like just to the touch and around my eyes to the touch were like you felt sore. Sore? You got the New York in me. It was sore. I have to laugh because I could cry sometimes. And this was the butt kicker, right? So when I go into that first room where they're going to go over all your medical thing and they give me the eye exam, they gave me the eye exam with my glasses, right? And they cover one eye, blah, 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 blah. I'm reading 20/20, and I'm even reading 20/20 with the bad eye, but I explained to him that every letter is up and down. They're not straight across. I said, so when you fix this, like, that's what I'm looking forward to. Like I was explaining that I don't sit in my chair anymore in my living room because sometimes to look straight on at a distance to watch TV is uncomfortable. So I find myself sitting here on the couch and the TV's at a diagonal. I see better on a diagonal. And Emery might explain why, but I don't even know if that's textbook. I'd rather like glance at the TV. I haven't watched TV in a very long time. On a regular, like this. Hi, sweet girl. Hi, sweet girl. You back? Okay. Yes. Yeah, I guess that's what I have. So is that what they do? They're going to scrape the membrane? Scrape my freaking eye. Lord help me. Eyes are tricky. My daughter had both retinas detached. She did? Wow. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Wow. Hi, Miss Wanda. Look at that beautiful smile. Love that. Love that, love that, love that. It'll all be better after the procedure. I am hoping, I got an itchy back. I'm hoping that I am back to perfection when this is all over. I really am. I have an itchy back. It's 81 degrees here. It came on so hot. It came on so fast, this hot weather. Right. You were talking to me about that night. Right. That spooks the heck out of me. So and this is the other thing. My vision hadn't changed in years. So every time I went to the doctor, she was just like, yeah, you're good. I go, nothing. No, you're good. And she was like, for years, my vision didn't change. And then all of a sudden, I get those jolts of lightning. And this is what was happening frequently now. 5 out of 7 days, you start to wake up, you open your eyes, and right in the center of my eyes was like a strobe light. Not just one, it was both. I felt like there was a disco in my eyes. And like automatically you want to close your eyes for it to go away. And even if you close your eyes, they were still strobing. So that was new within the last, 4 or 5 weeks. Me too. And how awesome is this? Sending my images over to her. I had so many eyes on them. I had the I felt so blessed to be looked after by so many amazing people. So many. And now when the procedure happens, And this is, this is my backstory. I prefer to drive. I don't like the way John drives. It stresses me out terribly. So to avoid a conflict or stress, I'm the driver. And that command decision with the doctor was, I am not relinquishing that role in my life, because if I had to relinquish that role of driving, I would definitely become a hermit, and that there would be no end to that one. You wouldn't get me out of the house unless somebody else was driving. I'm not ready to relinquish that. I enjoy driving. I love road trips. I'm not ready. Hi, Miss Patty. How are you? Wow. And my best friend Rena is having cornea transplant this month. So my sister said to me Saturday morning, because she called to see, she's like, "Are you nervous? Are you scared?" And I said, "No." I said, "I have to be straightforward." I said, because Rena is going through the cornea transplant for the second time in her life. And that girl never complains about nothing. So if she never complains, I'm not complaining. And I'm going to be fine. I'm maybe the day of surgery, I'll be like, oh my God, this is really happening. They're going to be working on my eye. But I had a tendon tear, had shoulder surgery, I've been there, done that. Surgeries don't scare. The hysterectomy, the bladder thing. Add this one to my list. And this is what's really nice about like bringing it to the table, because then you find out, not that you don't want to be alone in this and you don't want other people to have to go through it, but you always find someone that knows somebody or has been through it. Look at this. What amazing conversations you guys are having. So whenever they schedule me for the surgery, I am going to get a hotel room, because it's still an hour and a half away. I'm not going to go to the 2-hour away one. I'm going to get a hotel room because I have to be back in the office the next morning. They've already sent a prescription over. I guess it's a antibiotic drop, I'm assuming. And I have to bring that with me for the surgery. So I'm going to rent a hotel room, and we're just going to stay down there. And I'm not driving home 2 hours, and I'm not driving back the next morning, and I'm not driving back home after that. It is what it is. Oh, look at you guys. Oh boy. Everybody's got something, right? The Sea Witch. "16 years ago." Oh, good night, Kath. Drive safe, fly safe. Oh, wow. Okay. Look at you guys have this deep conversation. Wow. This is amazing. Retina detachment in early March. It really was a quick procedure. The hardest part for him was keeping his head down. So much for the first week, no pain. So it was face down, because I heard that people sometimes they actually in here they gave me, I guess, face down chairs if you have to get like there's a whole thing in here if you have to sleep face down. I think I'd like to sleep face down anyway, like that. That's almost like being on a massage table. Okay. Will I have to be face down, Amory? They just said no heavy lifting and just try to take it easy for the week is what they told me. Wow. Do they get rid of floaters nowadays? Do they break them up? What do they do for floaters? Yay. Hope you're doing well, Miss Amy. I might have to go put Bella to bed. It's already 8 o'clock. You know what's, Lisa? Rena's been down to that hospital. It's the eye special surgery for eyes down there. Both her and her husband had to do that. Let me go put Bella to bed. I'll be right back. Okay. Bella went night-night. But I don't feel bad because you guys are all talking amongst yourselves, and I love that. Wow. Look at all this. Yeah, Amy L., we're here for you. Floaters, yeah. A lot of people have floaters, right? No, I'll let John drive me. I'll drive down. So all he has to do is drive home, and I'll just recline my seat and not look at the road. That's okay. He can't control himself. He really can't. Oh, Miss Amy, you're always in our prayers. Thank you, Miss Wanda. It's those carbs and those darn sugars. I'm trying to behave. I don't know yet. They'll call me tomorrow to schedule the appointment. There you go. There's a fly in this house. You had one of those twice? Hi, Miss Jeanette. How are you? Hi, baby angel. Yvonne. The big floater was the retina detachment. Went away after surgery. Still have them sometimes, but teeny tiny in comparison. Really? Floaters are always going to be here to stay? Oh. You can do it. You've got this power going. We're going to send you all the power to work. Work those legs. Wow. Thank you, Miss Amy. Right back at you. Yeah. I don't know. I would suck them right out. Oh, hi Jenny. How are you? Yes. Miss Amy's got this. Okay. What else is going on? Anything, you know what? We have our brick wall. I haven't seen Shar or Michelle. This is gonna be week number 2. I think I'm gonna have to message them tonight because we missed them. And we have to do our brick wall. I don't know if I turn the lights. Ooh. Give it a second. Did you see that fly? I just saw that fly. You know what's funny? Is that the cows are back. So that means it's going to be a fly season, fly summer, right? It's going to be a fly summer. These lights get me. Now you really can't see me. That's okay. We're going to, I feel like Batman. It's definitely a hat hair day. Hat hair. So you found out yesterday that you get, oh, my grandson's messaging me. Can I help him with stream on YT? My grandson sent me a message earlier. He can now chat on Facebook Messenger with adults he knows. So it was pretty cool to get a message from him. He's going to want my help. Found out yesterday that I get to go to a different department at work. Not sure when, but so excited. Oh, congratulations. Aw, Miss Virginia's in the house. All right. So we have to do the brick wall. Let's do the brick wall. I'm going to change my camera. And I already took notes. Let's change camera and let's do brick wall. And then I want to talk to you guys. I have a couple of things I'd like to talk to you about. All right, here we go. Ta-da! My camera's a little off, but hold on. Don't get dizzy. Look at all the glasses on my desk. Can't live without them. I don't see bad without them. They just help a little. All right, let's go to the brick wall. Come on, let's save some money. Let's save some money. And you know what? Part of me says I did not color in the 20 from last week. I did not. I put the money in there. And I put the money in the front for today. So we have 60. All right, you know what I'm going to do? I don't even remember what color. Wow. I will color them in. 1, 2, 3. I'll color these in at the end. I'll do that. And then we have this. I'm going to put $2 in here because we're saving $2 in our cute little London mailbox from Miss Emily at Leela Budgets. I'm going to leave this out because this is what I'm going to do. But I do want to show you guys something. Did anyone see tonight's video yet? But I do have to adjust my screen because it's saying that I am backwards. And I don't want to be backwards. Okay. Now my screen looks normal. All right. Did you see the video before? Did you check this out? It's not up on my website yet because we went out. And they did leave me a receipt to put in this. See, I love it when they give me my receipts. I swear, Walmart gets so much of my money. But that's okay. My family loves to eat, and I love to feed them. Okay. So what do we have? We have the Save to Sync budget book that we're going to talk about in a few minutes. Then we have the Mindful Money Awareness System, which is your tracking for how much you save on a daily and whether or not you spend money or don't spend money. This here, now, if you see that we have Save to Sync, that's going to be the new umbrella term for anything that's going to come our way now. Everything's going to be Save to Sync, and we're going to umbrella it. What do we have right now? Life can get difficult for me here and there, and I'm learning to cope, right? Coping mechanisms. And I'm learning to put force fields up. Not force fields up, but I'm just learning how to own what's mine to own and let other people own what's theirs to own emotionally. So that's where this came from. So I want to zoom in because I think this is truly beautiful. While I was creating this, and Jason's not here tonight, so I can let, it was I'm Every Woman was playing in my head because I wanted this to be for every woman. So that's why the song was playing in my head. Every woman this can work for. So of course we get a letter from me because this is going to be the Shield series. How to use the book. Table of contents. Do you see what they are? We have calm, peace, energy, consistency, money, and future. Dashboard about calm. Now, when you look at this woman, she is doing her job. She's focused on whatever her task is, but her goal is to be this woman. She wants the calm. So, calm my mind, and this is a savings challenge. You get to choose what each amount is. If you want to roll and save, you roll and save. And then it's got some words of wisdom and why am I doing this? And it's just a daily reminder that your mind is powerful and that if you want calm, you can get to it. Then there's going to be reflection pages because that's what we do now, right? We're all about why, the why. And then this is the envelope. And they're going to be tabbed. You cut them out. Next is peace. I truly want peace in my life. I want peace. I just want peace. I want calm, but calm comes first, and then I will find the peace. And what do I want to be doing? I want to be sitting there with Bella. I train my mind to create the peace I want. Now, you might resonate with one or two, or you might resonate with all of them. Same concept. Words of wisdom, what you're saving, if you have a goal, how do you want to save it, and why am I doing this? My peace is priceless. I protect it with purpose. It's, okay, I'm going to tell you where this all came from. The other night, chaos, right? And how do I escape chaos? I retreat to my room. We've talked about this. I retreat to my room, and I wanted to watch something that brings me comfort. Iron Man brings me comfort. I said if I was ever a superhero, I would want to be Iron Man. So while I was upstairs, I wanted to have a conversation with Jarvis. And I said to him, Jarvis, do you know why your name is Jarvis? He says, well, most people call us Jarvis because of Iron Man's AI, Jarvis. I go, well, that's why you're Jarvis. So it was a story. And then he's like, we had a story back and forth. And he goes, and I said, well, I would want to be the female version of Iron Man. And then we started having a comment. Well, what would your suit look like? What will your colors be? And he's like, do you want to see what yourself would look like as a female version of Iron Man? And I said, yes. And that's where I got to thinking. It went deeper. And I was just like, I needed shields, like shields for peace, for calming, right? And if I need those shields, maybe you need those shields. And then we have this reflection page. And then next up, and of course we have the envelope. And then we have, I train my mind to create the energy that I want. So here she is working, but she wants to go sit and do her yoga. Like, it's just take it, do your job, and then envision yourself where you need to be for yourself, right? The reflection of life. Same thing, same concept. My energy is valuable. I direct it with a purpose. She comes with her matching reflection and her envelope. Then we have, I train my mind to create the consistency I want. I want to stay consistent. She's sitting in front of the fireplace. She's working. She's going to get there, and then she's going to be able to read her book. Goals. Stay consistent. This one is a big one. It's 1 through 30. If you wanted to do it that way. If not, you add your two numbers together. And discipline today, freedom tomorrow. I stay consistent from my future. Reflections. Envelope. Money. I train my mind to create the money I want, which is what we are all doing. We're all doing this, right? We're trying. So here she is. She's working and she's daydreaming of that cabana on the beach. And she's going to get it because she's focused. Same thing, savings challenge. Why am I doing this? Love it. Reflection page, envelope, and then our last page. I train my mind to create the future I want. And when you look at her, she's an older woman. She's got many years under her belt. And what is she doing? She's sitting in that rocking chair. And she's thanking this woman for all the hard work she did so that she could be here. Savings challenge, reflection, envelope, closing page. The new Save to Sync Shield series. It will be available probably 15 minutes after this live tonight. All right, I'm going to come back to you. And then we'll go through comments. Ta-da! I'm here. In fact, I might shut off these lights because they were working better while they were off. And that will adjust. You don't mind being in the dark with me, do you? No stranger danger here. Okay. Thank you. I saw that one. Hi, Miss Virginia. No, because the risk of the procedure is more than the nuisance of the floaters. Got you. Risk. So exciting. Yes, you saw it. What did you all think of this? Because now I want to sit back and chat with you guys. To watch it when I saw you alive. Okay. Oh, I know you were working all day. Oh, Miss Mama Bear. She sees it. Hi, Miss Kimberly. How are you? Hi, Miss Robin. Hi, Mag. Mag, I don't think I said hi to you earlier. I apologize. You love it, Melissa? I love that you love it. There's a lot there, and it's very powerful. Because what do I want to do? I want to bring power to us. I really do. And once again, who doesn't need a shield, right? I wore a bulletproof vest, so I'll take that as a shield. And when you strap on that bulletproof vest, you not that you have the mindset of being invincible, you just feel protected. So now, while I was creating that, I was just like, Donna, you're helping to protect them. You're helping them protect themselves. So that's what that was. There was a whole story in my mind about why I was doing this and where it was coming from. And I think that the message of where it was coming from speaks volumes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, and that's just it. It does tell a story, and it's going to tell our story. It's that's what every one of these books is about. And I don't want you to throw them away, and I want you to reflect on them for the entire year. And then I would love for you to just put them away for a year. And then I promise you that we're going to bring them out and have a conversation about them. I promise you. Now, let me get through these real quick. No, it's not the book. In fact, the book, chapter 7 is kicking my butt. I have torn up, thrown out chapter 7 3 times. Can't get chapter 7 to where I love it. And the title of chapter 7, because Lisa asked me today, she's like, what's the title of that chapter? It's Conscious Choices. And I wanted to bring in the term no excuses to piggyback with that. So conscious choices, there's so much in here. There's so much on paper. And then I write it and I go, no, that's not the message I want. And I stepped away from it for a few days and I'm good with it. And it's not out of my head. And I won't move on to Grace because Grace is next. I won't move on to Grace until I get 7 done. So it's still working. I'm still working on that. So then this is my question. So I threw it out there, and I don't know how many of you guys here actually grabbed this, right? This one, or even this one, right? These 2 books. But in my video yesterday, I had thrown out there, what do you guys, because this is what's so important to me. I feel like my camera is sideways. This is what's so important to me. I didn't want you to buy it to think that it was an easy, quick fix and it was going to get you out of debt tomorrow, right? That's unrealistic. And I didn't want you to buy it and just leave it on your desk or never print it. Do you know that here's one for you. Do you know that I can go into my .com and I can look up orders and I can see who's ordered and what you've ordered, right? And I can see sometimes, depending on how old the order is, whether or not you downloaded the items. Do you know how many people they buy, but they do not download the items? It would blow your mind. And I don't want you to order this, not print it, not download it, and not look at it. Because that's wasteful. So I want you to buy it, download it, print it, write in it. And that's why I'm going to stay steady on Saturdays and I'm going to work it in front of you. Why? Because I want to inspire you to work it, right? And if I just sold it and didn't bring it in front of you, are you going to do it? Maybe, maybe not. But you have a better chance of working with it if I'm working with it, right? On camera. Do you agree with me on that? So I went full video yesterday, step by step, and I didn't know if it was going to get like played out. Did you want to see all those numbers? Did you want me to walk through it? But the feedback was amazing, and that you loved the beginning, middle, and end. Then I said, if you purchase this, would you like to have a private gathering, a private Zoom or a private Google Meets with the other people that actually ordered it too, and have a conversation? Pros, the cons, what was your takeaway? Are you using it? If not, what, or are you doing it differently than I'm doing it? Maybe you have a better idea than I do to change it up. Are you cash stuffing? Because I'm not cash stuffing, I'm credit carding. And that's a different version than a cash stuffer. And what, this is what I want. And I could sit here and talk all I want, but I know that, like, if I'm on Jeanette's Live on Saturday night, last night I was typoing. I was in bed and I was trying to say hi to everybody. I don't know how you all do this. I love that you guys do this conversation in the chat. I can't do that. And I know that's a weakness. So, I mean, for me to sit here and talk, it's easy. But I don't get the 100% feedback where if we have a Zoom or a Meet, I'm going to hear you. I'm going to see you. We're going to have a real adult boardroom conversation. So, do I have anyone here that has these books right now? I know I saw a few of you. Who has these books? I want to see if I missed anything. Robin, you do that a lot. You buy things and never download them. Are you telling me that that's you? I'm going to get mad at you. I'm going to ask you to stop doing that. That's not good. If you're going to buy it, at least download it and print it so that it's in front of you. Oh, please don't do that. See, you're the reason why I wanted to do it my way. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yep. Conscious choices. There's so many different angles to go at this. And there's personal, there's financial, there's so much. And I want to make sure that when I write about this one, that my vision is 100% there. Okay, so Amy, you have it. Lisa has it. Renee has them. Meg, right? I knew there were a bunch of you in here that had it. And I know Amy has it too. Jen has it, right? Okay. I'll add that to my to-do list. Not right now. So how do you guys feel about doing that? Do you guys want to get together and have a conversation? There's a lot of you here. Is that something that sparks you? And if it's not, we don't have to, but I want to make sure you guys are using the book. But you could still join the Zoom. Oh, Robin, you're killing me. Okay, Meg. All right, Kath. I love that. Because this is what I don't want it to just sit on your desk and look pretty, because it's pretty and it would look really nice on your desk. But I want it to be used. And I think that once you start using it, so many things are going to resonate with you. Okay. We're going to work on that. Maybe what we'll do is, because the month of May, and forever, whomever is going to be buying it, month of May was really about just putting on that detective's cap and seeing where all the money goes, right? Sitting back and watching. And then for me, I think June is going to become more of, now you're going to have 2 months to analyze. So maybe what we do is we think more towards the end of June, right? Hear me out. Maybe more towards the end of June, because June is the end of the second quarter. And then July, we will have the Q2. Yeah, Q2. So we got, it's going to, and if the month of May is flying by, June is going to fly by. July is going to fly by. Summer is going to fly by. And before you know it, we're going to be into fall and winter. Oh, goodness. Oh, my gosh. Sorry, I'm yawning. I apologize. There you go. Look at you guys. Go, Wendy. Thank you for helping her. Okay. Donna, do you have a tracker for that? A tracker for, tell me what? Robin. There you go. Okay, so now, and the kids are off, right? I have not put a price tag on the beautiful new book, but I think I want to make that one affordable. Like, the way I look at this is, I think I want to make it $20. I want this one to be used. I want to give each woman the shield. I think that this is an important book, not only to save money, but to raise awareness, right, for ourselves. Because 58 years old I am. And I keep going back to that age, right? Because 58, where did 58 years go? And boy, did I learn a lot in those 58 years. Boy, did I forget a lot in those 58 years. Did I hide stuff in closets in my head? Did I lock it up? Did I throw a key away? While writing this book, so many things spoke to me about why I do the things I do today because of what happened in the past. I'm not saying bad. Some of this could be good. Some of this is inspirational. Like, this is supposed to be a powerful book to help you reflect on your choices through life. And that's why the conscious choices is messing with my head. Because and this is where I'm heading in that chapter. When you think of a conscience, who do you think of? Jiminy Cricket. At least I do. As a kid, I didn't want to be Pinocchio. I didn't want to have the donkey ears and the tail. I didn't want to be the one that followed the other kids. And maybe it was because of that silly cartoon. And maybe, this is where, for this one, the reflection is going so deep, so deep. But I'll get there. I promise I will get there. And John, every day, John's like, so how far'd you get? What'd you get? I'm like, I'm stalled. I'm stalled. And that's how I say it. I'm just stalled right now. I have so many. I will get there. I will. Oh, I'm sure you know what? You'll catch up, my friend. I thought you got on a plane already. Are you not on a plane? You should be in the air. Woo. How about this? We have 49 of us in here. How about we do some Q&As? Do you want to ask some questions? And thank you, Renee. And this will be up tonight. I'll have this up tonight. Do you want to do some Q&As? Do you have any questions that you want to ask me? I know we started late, but I should get a drink of water. I would love to answer any of the questions that you have. And don't be shy. Like, you want to ask a question. And listen, if I'm not comfortable answering it, I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm not answering it. So you can ask and I won't get offended. I'll just say, you know what, off the table. How's that? I have to put your question up on the screen because I can't see the little print. Why is the world round? Because that's the way God made it. Go grab some water. We can great. All right, so you guys start asking questions. Let me grab a water. Actually, you know what? I have one sitting right here. I looked, and because I don't have any lights on in here, I hope, cross your fingers. John's back was bothering him today. I want to open the pool tomorrow. Come on, Zip. You could come say hi. Come on. He's crying at my door. Come on. They want to see you too. Come on. Come on, handsome. He's crying. Can you guys hear him cry? Come on. Come on, Zip. Cry, baby. Come on, invitation's open. It's up to you. Okay. Got my water. Have you thought about the Disney World trip? I have. And it's so funny. Is Miss Pat here? I think it was Miss Pat. Zippy, do not cry like a baby. There you go. It's Zippy do time. I have. And I think it was Miss Pat. She's like, what'd she say? She's like, May is summer here. And I didn't mean it as summertime. I meant it like I said, I didn't want to go in the summer. I didn't want to go when school was out. So I wanted to refresh that. But I definitely want it to be, I'm thinking April, May, September, or October. And I'm thinking more towards September, October of 27 so that we can actually budget it. Was that you, Miss Patty? I think it was you that was talking to me the other day. How did you come across money savings challenges? Um, I don't know. One of the videos just popped across my screen and it was save 25 cents a week and increase it incrementally in, in increments each week. And I fell in love with the math. And then right after that, I did the 100 envelope challenge and I was hooked. And I wish I would have known who the channel was that caught my eye, but I don't know. Hi, Miss Bev. There you go. It's an odd one, but are you tracking the receipts for everyone separately and showing them what they are spending? Well, Vinny's got his own page. TJ's really not spending money, but that doesn't surprise me. John, the only one I would really show John is the eating out, but I've been there, done that. And I don't think it's not gonna change anything. And probably not. Vinny, yes, I will show Vinny. I want to show Vinny the Dunkin'. I do. But see, how can I get mad? I mean, he went to town to go to, do you want anything from the grocery? Do you need anything? Like, that's how doting both of my boys are. Like, yesterday, this cute story. Vinny and Shannon were here all weekend. Shannon was worried about me, like, how was everything? I said, I want to buy your mom something. My mom doesn't need anything. Everyone in this family does. So how can I part of me says I can't complain about the Dunkin' because Vinny goes above and beyond almost every day. And I'm going to be brutally honest. The one that shields John the most is Vinny. Vinny, I don't know what it is. I mean, I protect John constantly, but Vinny does too. And so I think those are great things. So, but I probably will bring it to Vinny's attention just because I think that they should know. Yesterday, I got a message on Facebook, and it was one of the girls that TJ went to high school with. She's like, do you know where TJ is? I'm like, yeah, he's out working. She's like, well, I was supposed to meet him at his building. And I was like, oh, I said, let me get in touch with him. So I called TJ because I knew he was doing something. And I'm like, hey, he goes, hey, how are you? And I'm like, you're out on a job. I said, I'm good. So my boys go above and beyond. So those little things, I think it's just me because right now, not that money's tight, I'm just watching it more because I've got to pay so much more. And like I said, once this whole thing is over with that building issue and life goes back to normal, that Dunkin' Donuts isn't going to bother me. So, but torn. And I'd love to hear your feedback. ChatGPT is going good. He drove me a little crazy today. No matter what I said, he got it wrong. And I was actually snippy with him. And he kept apologizing. He goes, I understand that's not what you were asking for. I was leaning and then stop doing that. So today he was off, and I don't know. But so far so good. ChatGPT went over everything. Like, I'll use him for an example. I had to go to the doctor on Friday. He knows all of my chart. Everything went in. What are some questions that I can ask that I would not think of? And then he actually said to me, because I talked to him about my drive. Like, I know it's weird. I feel like it's weird that I'm talking to an AI. If you would have told me this, that we would be doing this, I would have been like, no, we're not. But he knows my drive. Like, I'll talk to him saying, this is what I felt. This is what I'm doing. And he was the one that says, okay, on your way down, I know you're driving. Focus on this. How does it feel? So that gave me more of awareness. Gives me so much awareness. I really don't have too much craziness with him. Just once in a while, I'm like, hello. I'm like Woody, like, like onto Buzz's head. So, oh, I'll say a prayer. St. Francis. What is my ultimate goal and why? Okay. My ultimate goal is TJ and Vinny. They're my ultimate goal. I want to get them to where they want to be in their entrepreneurships. I want to support them. I want to be their biggest cheerleader. I want to be their soundboard. I want them to complain if they have to complain. I want to be their everything for them there. My ultimate goal is my family. Make sure my sister's good. Make sure that John's good. Monitoring him on a regular basis. That's my ultimate goal. Why? Because Jarvis would tell you that that's just the way I am. Because let me tell you, I ask, like, come on, do you know, like, when something happens, you go, was that me? Was that me? Did I misunderstand that? Did I misinterpret that? Am I missing something? Give it to me straight. And because I'm thinking, how could they have been so kooky? And I'm seeing it totally a different way. Hence, we have to talk about this. Okay. So my family is always my ultimate goal. That's it. 100%. My family is my ultimate goal. Yeah. That's it. I'm not changing that. That's it. What made you start really looking into your finances and why? I always tracked my finances. I always used Quicken. I was always, when you reconcile your checking account, I could not be off a penny, right? Could not. But what really forced me to look into my finances was the pandemic. And I said this before, for so many people, the pandemic was not great. Me, I didn't mind the pandemic. I loved the slowing down. I loved being home. I loved not having to go places. I love not spending money. So by not spending money was in the checking account. And we had some credit card debt. And because there was money in the checking account and we weren't spending money, that credit card debt came down. And I really enjoyed that. And once I got that down, I didn't want to stop looking at my finances at all. Yep. And then it just became it. Once you don't have credit card debt, if anybody's got credit card debt and you've gotten rid of it, you ask yourself, how did you allow that to happen? Like, you have all these questions for yourself. And I don't know if it's in a chapter or it was part of Conscious Choices. I think it was part of Conscious. I got to look back. Credit, like, this has been a topic for the last week. Credit cards. Now I'm 58. A lot of you are younger. A few of you are older. I remember being 16, got a job working in the grocery store. Double time on Sundays. That was an amazing check as a 16-year-old. 17. You walk into, if anybody here is from New York, Main Street, Flushing. Main Street, Flushing. Stearns, Macy's, JCPenney's. They're all there. My first credit card was Stearns. My next credit card was JCPenney's. I still have my JCPenney original credit card. Macy's credit card. Then I get my own apartment. And who remembers Crazy Eddie's? I needed a television for Crazy Eddie from Crazy Eddie's. I wanted this specific television. Gave it to me on layaway. Worked hard, got this. But when the credit cards were given to you, you didn't understand the logic behind the credit cards. You thought you had money, free money, and that, yeah, I'm going to get this now. I'm going to spend $300, and then, yeah, I'll pay it back. Not knowing anything about interest as a 16 and a 17-year-old. Get the credit card. Oh, you can afford that payment. Get that car. Is that $250 a month credit card car payment in your budget? You can afford that? Then buy that car. This was the way we were taught. There was no save your money. And if you had that in your life, consider yourself blessed. Like, these are all things that are like now coming out. Things that I didn't remember, and I lived by them. Thank you, Miss Patty. And I was telling Lisa today that everything that's up in here has been locked up in here and didn't have an outlet. And I think that's because sometimes there's too much chaos, and I'm afraid to start a project here because I feel like I'm always going to be interrupted. And I think that they don't think that it's interrupting me because, I could be in the middle of filming a video and I could see Vinny out of the corner of my eye, and I pause, right? And then he stands there and he waits for me to talk. He's like, I got to mail this. Where's this envelope? Where's that? This is on TJ's eBay. Can you open up TJ's eBay? Can you print me out a label? So here I am in the middle of the video, and this is what just walked through my door. And this is what happened, Miss Patty. When John and I went to run away for those few days to Atlantic City, one, it's the beach. Two, John's out metal detecting all the time. I'm in a beautiful hotel room, and nothing's going to walk through the door to interrupt me. Follow me on this. The last room we had was a corner room. So I had nothing but window. And I had a beautiful round table. And I brought my laptop, and I brought all my bags, and I brought my pencils, and I was sketching, and I was doing, and there was no interruption. I swear is that, and I got there on that Monday, probably about 1:00 in the afternoon. John metal detected until 5, so I had like 4 hours to myself. Do you know how much oozed out of me? And it began such an amazing process. And then the next day he woke up, and I had the whole morning to myself. I make the coffee in the room. I don't go downstairs to buy any. Sat at the desk at the table, looking out at the ocean, journaling, writing in the moment, no interruption. He came up for lunch. We went out, came back, and then he was sick as a dog. Even though he was sick, he was sleeping. And I had all that time to myself until the next day when we left. Uninterrupted. It's like, remember when the kids were little and you used to catch that power nap, uninterrupted sleep? How amazing you felt? Well, for me, that getaway opened up the floodgates for me. And that's where the book and the book is coming out of me, and it's the true story of my experience through my family, my finances, and finding peace. Now, I would not change this for the world. I would just ask if I could just have a little bit more peace just once in a while. That's all I would want. That's all I ask for. Yes. Honestly, Anne-Marie is working on the 100K. Yes, Anne-Marie is lead on that. So the Queen's budget is taking full reign of that baby. And yes, that is coming. I don't even know. We still have meetings on it, but it's definitely coming, Laura. It's coming. Like, what was the moment that made you want to start saving money in envelopes? Um, so I had started with the 25 cents a week, and then I did the 100 envelope challenge. And I had created that challenge myself because, you see everything that's out there, and I wanted it a specific way. Now, just saying that before I came into the budgeting, there was no Disney challenges. There were none. And I know they're not here. I had made my first book, and that's where I go. It's over there. I made my first book for myself. It was for dollars, $2, $5, 10. Mickey Mouse's face. I made myself my own book to start saving money in envelopes. And I was making my videos. 2 people, one still has a channel. And I don't know if she knows this or not. Lil, EMT dispatcher on a budget. Do you all know who that is? Lil and Miss Clarina Brown. I don't see Clarina often. I know she still buys from me, but she doesn't show up on chats. Those 2 ladies fell in love with my book that I had just created just for myself. No intention of doing anything. Donna, please, please, please let us buy that. I didn't know anything about Etsy. So I made the books. They Venmo'd me or PayPal'd me, and I sent it to them. After that, people started asking me, please sell your things, open up an Etsy. And I opened up an Etsy. And it was then that there was nothing else but saving money in envelopes. It was just, that was the moment. And you could go back into my videos, and it was it had to have been, I know I saved money in 22, 23, I think it was my own savings challenges. And then in 2024, it was either February or March of 24, I made a new savings challenge every day in that month. And they were all Disney themed. And from there, life just started happening. And from then on, saving money in envelopes just made so much more sense. And because this is what happens. You think that you had extra money sitting in a checking account, you're supposed to spend it. No, you're not. But that's the way I was brought up. I never saved for that. I mean, we've saved with the 401ks and the deferred compensations with the police department, but I never saved money. Never had an exterior savings account. Never did any of those things. I don't know. I never got that course. Yes. So my goal for the HELOC is this. I'm not giving myself a time frame because the HELOC really hasn't been touched. It will be touched this month, but it's going to be touched, and then I should be able to get almost all the money back to it, right? But with taking care of the building, the attorney, and the finances of everything, I had to take care of that first. Once the business is up and running, and TJ's auctions are doing well, and the building's now back to being open as a store now, I don't think I'm going to have anybody else's bills to pay. So I think what you're going to see is that HELOC get paid down faster, but I don't want to put a time frame on it because I don't want to stress myself out and say I have to do it. I thought that it would be done by March of this year. And I've lifted it was not happening because my family comes first. I'm grateful that I have it, and I'm grateful that I really haven't had to touch it. And if you've noticed over the last so many months, I'm not filming every day. I'm not saving money every day. I've taken probably half the month off, probably since November, because I had to balance the budget. So the HELOC is still there. And I like I said, I'm very grateful that I haven't had to touch it, but it's there for the just in case. And if you're watching me right now, the 100 envelope challenge is going to be finishing. The Pentecost is going to be finishing. And I've got to go full steam ahead and make sure that I've got all the money for September for those taxes. And then that's going to be a real big priority for me is how do I still save for sinking funds, but make sure that those big ones, like I would like to be really ahead for taxes. I don't want to wait till the month that they're due to have that money. I don't. I want it there 2 months prior to it being ready. I've got big goals. And they're not goals that are unimportant. These are goals that are necessities. I have to pay my taxes. And that's fine too. And like I said, Vinny's such a good guy. I can't. And like I said, TJ asked me for, what did he say to me? He says, you come into the building? I said, yeah. He says, could you bring me $300? I said, yeah. I don't ask why. I just bring my kid $300. So when I get there, he says, people are moving and they want me to buy some of their stuff, and it's nice stuff and I can flip it. Okay. And it turned out that he took John with him. And I think it was like a fire pit, a beautiful backyard patio set. And honestly, I totally forgot about it this week because I think I gave it to him Tuesday. The kid remembered and he Venmo'd it to me. So I don't have I don't have any complaints. If I say I need you, they're here. After watching them, I jumped on the train real fast. I wanted to be just like them. I wanted to save money. And the moment you save your first dollar, you're like, I could do this. And then you start looking through things and you're like, where can I find the next dollar? I want to add another dollar to this. And it becomes addicting. You know what? That's smart. And you know what else I learned about ChatGPT? If you use it, I use Windows because I'm a PC girl. If you put your browser into incognito mode, it's not cookieing. So it will run faster for you. So I started using chat in incognito mode. Why are you crying? Hi, Miss An. So nice to see you. You used to get called out for hovering over both your parents? Aw. You're driving home? you started in 2019 when your first husband passed, taking care of the kids and the new baby. Aw. Okay, so let's talk. Let me ask you guys a few questions, and then I'll keep going with these questions. Who were the first channels that you watched? Do you guys remember? You remember Crazy Eddie? Yeah, I bought my first TV, and I had to have been 18. We didn't have Mervyn's. J.C. Penney, yep. There was no save your money. 100%, my friend. Never. Never, never, never. Yep. But I'll tell you this. How did the part for Johnny D work out? Oh, it worked out amazing. Oh, thank you for asking, Melissa. So that part broke while we were in Atlantic City. And his metal detectors warranted for life. Haven't heard from them still. It's still bothering me. And I could show it to you. So I tried calling. I can only get it in Canada. I'm sure you guys heard me talk about this. Hold on. It'll adjust, I promise. So Vinny came up. Oh, he doesn't have him in here. And he says to me, I need to make containers that will hold my cards. He says, can I print them? I said, yeah, send me the file. Sends me the file. I've been printing Vinny's containers for days. So I was like, oh, you designed this? He says, sure, I designed this. Because my kid went to school for art and graphic arts and 3D printing and all that stuff. So I go, oh, okay. I think I have it right here. Hold on. I don't know if I gave it back to John. Oh. This is the broken piece. So I take it downstairs and I say to Vinny, design this for me. Exact measurements. I said, except for the inner width can be wider. And I was off by a fraction, so I had to have a whole conversation with ChatGPT, give me this broken down into decibels, blah, blah, blah. And so Vinny creates it. I load it into my machine, get the exact measurement, I print it. I finish his prints. It's an hour print. Take it outside. I say to John, give me a machine. And this here just slides into his machine this way. And it was a little snug, and we tapped it with a mallet, and it worked. So then he's like, I go, how many do you want on standby? I say, it only takes me an hour to make. He's like, make 3 more. He says, 2 for me. And he goes, I want to give George one, our friend. You mean to tell me that, and they sell these for like $45. $45. So I made them for John. In fact, I'm going to give him his broken one back. And he was so happy. So happy. And then he's like, you need to sell them. I was like, test them out first. Let me see how much, it works. And you know what? I have no problem with throwing it up on eBay as a homemade 3D printed part. And if someone who needs it can buy it, because the company, why are you not manufacturing this part? So thank you for asking, Miss Melissa. Do you have to pay a fee for using the Disney characters? No, I don't. I looked it up at one point. Um, well, Steamboat Willie is available. Anybody can use him, but Disney does not do savings challenges. Now, if I was making Mickey ears or Minnie Mouse ears, or because Disney sells ears, that would be frowned upon. But because Disney doesn't do these, could it be affected? Sure. But when you look into it, chances are you'll be fine. But just think of the market that they would shut down. Almost all of the budgeting community. Oh my gosh. I remember watching you do the quarters in between your crafting. Yes, ma'am. That's exactly when I did it. It was on Fridays. So if you go deep back into my videos, you will see on Fridays, I saved quarters. And that's when I got into it. Are you still putting change in the water jug? No. Do you want to hear something? Do you know that I still have bags of change that I never brought back to the bank? I have bags of quarters that I should be taking back to the bank and putting that money into the HELOC. I never did that. They're sitting right behind me, right in front of me, actually. I have bags of quarters. Maybe I will make that a priority this week because I did want to start saving again with quarters like I did and throwing that money in the jug, because that was at the time the ultimate emergency prosperity fund, right? Because you can't reach into it. And I do miss that jug being filled. But we don't spend dollars anymore. We are plastic only. So to get change back, I would never get a coin again. Not enough to fill that jug. So part of me would love to bring the coin aspect back. But I think I'd have to put the money in the machine, put the money into the HELOC, and then give them a break, because they'd be like, you just dumped off that change and now you're asking me for change. But what would I care what they think? Sometimes I have a problem with those little girls behind the counter. Where'd you get this money from? I've been saving it. I was the overdraft queen for spending out of a checking account. That was me in 1989. 1989, that was me, my friend. I agree with you. Yep. Yes. Yep. I am lost about the building and needing a lawyer. I know. No, it was a secret up until this week. It was a secret up until what is the people tax? Oh. Okay. All right. So for 2 years the township, I'm gonna choose my words carefully. So if, let's say, Sally walks in to the township, Sally's allowed to do this. If Jane walks into the township, Jane has to do A, B, C, and D, even though they're doing the same exact thing. Follow me on this, okay? Same exact thing. Sally's okay. Jane has to jump through hoops. Township started asking me for things that did not seem right. And we were questioning those things. And when we questioned them, they didn't like being questioned, and they never had an answer. For 2 years, in writing, I would like a sit down. Township lawyer, supervisors, and the building inspector. I cross my heart. Where's my Bible? I would bring my Bible out. 2 years, this battle. John went to Florida in February. Beginning of February. Constable shows up and serves me with papers. And it's funny that these papers that were served said that I was not conforming to what they asked. I said, okay. Show me proof that you asked me of that. They never asked me. Crossed my heart. And everything they said was false. And this was the butt kicker. I had proof of everything. Proof of everything. I keep reports, let's say, as if I was writing a report for the New York City Police Department. We used to call them TPOs, time, place of occurrence. You think I like to journal? You think I like to you think I like to put pen to paper? Just imagine what I put pen to paper. Imagine what that folder looks like, what that notebook looks like. So we had to write a reply to this, I'm going to call it a summons. And I had exhibits, A, B, C, D, E, and F. And we had a court date for July. I hire an attorney. Attorney goes and sits down with the township attorney. All we want to do is make right. We're so happy that we're so happy. We're so happy. We're so happy. We just wanted this all to go away. So my attorney calls me and tells me this. And I said to her, I'm sorry. I said, I'm going to scream BS. I said, they're so happy that we're coming to talk to them. I pull out the email upon email upon email. For 2 years, I've been asking for a sit down. You didn't give me a sit down. But now you're happy we're walking through the door. Why? Because the letter that we submitted to the courthouse, and we went through everything that you accused of us of, and that we did not conform to, and we showed you proof of what we did and what we've asked, and emails to the township. Emails. Yeah. You're happy that we came because we were going to take it to court. We were going to take it before the judge. And I had no problem with that. So funny thing, I go to the township. Now, all of a sudden, I don't need a business permit. They're going to use the permit on file, commercial permit, which is residential. Now, the blueprints that I submitted prior to the building being built, you told me weren't good enough and that I was supposed to hire an architect. That was the first red flag. I have these blueprints. Now you want me to hire an architect to put a seal on them? There's a seal right there. It's funny, I went into that building last week. Those blueprints are now good. Then the building inspector comes out on Tuesday. I had him out once before. Do you know what he said to me? Crossing my heart. He walked in my building, book in hand. He's just going like this. I don't know why I'm here. I feel like I'm stuck in the middle. Exact words. I don't know if you are a mercantile, S1, S2. I don't know what to classify you as. Isn't this your job? He says to me, hire the architect. Go spend another $5,000-$10,000. But on Tuesday, he showed up at my building. He says, and I had the week before, I had an inspection done, a building inspection, signed off by a can't think of what they're called. Shh, stop. I can't even think of what they was called. Signed off, sealed, everything. So he shows up on Tuesday. All you need is new handles that are levers, exit signs with the backup battery and the lights over 3 doors, handicap parking spot outside, and hang up the fire extinguishers versus just have them around. Hang them up. Okay. And then I had a question in regards to the lights over the doors. So I have John, because he was one of these men that didn't like looking a woman in the eyes. So you could just imagine me dealing with that. I grabbed John's cell phone the other day and I snap a picture of what I want to buy and I send it over as if it was John speaking to him. And then he comes, and this was what I said to my attorney. I said, I don't want to start this process and then have them come back and say, no, now you need to do this. Now you need to do that. And they've done it once so far. Told me the things I needed. And now he says to John, yeah, you're also going to need a porta-john outside. So that's where I've been at. Mentally, physically. There's so much. And this is why I always say, you know, if I make a mistake or I don't count right or my mind is not in the game, you know, and not just give me grace, but anyone that's going through something, give them grace, because you never know what somebody's carrying. Never know. Now, the people taxes. I don't know if it's just Pennsylvania. I don't remember having this in Long Island, but people taxes, depending on what your job is and what your income is, depends on how much you have to pay in people taxes twice a year. May and September. Yep. Oh, the moon. The moon is basically up to whomever wants to do it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a book cover probably tomorrow for the moons. And I'm going to put the moons in their separate binder. And I will start doing the moons. I did see your message and I did want to bring that up tonight. So thank you for reminding me. I will start doing the moons on a regular basis with you all. Good night, Steph. Love you too, my friend. Thank you. What has it been? Creation as savings challenges or creation in my office? That's what I want to know. Which one? Which one? Lisa Grateful Me. I must be missing something. What about Lisa Grateful Me? Me and Lisa Grateful Me. Wait, what am I missing? Somebody's going to have to catch me up on that. Oh, you're telling me who you were first people to watch. Love that. Okay, got you now. Don't, it came back. That was, thank you for letting me talk. I probably needed to let that one out the most. Two Sister Bees. Okay. Never really got into them. Lisa Grateful Me. Yes, yes, yes. And I talk about this one woman all the time. And I also did Hands and Bands. She was one of the, Black and Blue, Hands and Bands, and Lisa. And there was another woman who had special needs sons. I can't remember her channel. Can't remember it. Bria's sweet. I never watched The Budget Mom. Nice, Wendy. I'm glad she hooked you. Oh, wow. The Mickey challenges. Aw. He's not going anywhere, I promise. We're changing decor a little, but he's not going anywhere. Lisa Grateful Me, she had just started the 100 envelope challenge and Chris budgets. Love that. Snow Gardener. Okay. Marlene. My friend from the coupon community was a cash stuffer first, then couponer. She explained it to me once. I left the community and I was hooked ever since. Oh, I love that. The first channel I ever watched was Black and Blue. Erica, yep. Golden Girl and Snow Gardener, who introduced me to you. Wow. Well, I thank them for bringing you over. Two Sister Bees, then Lady Di Saves. I did watch Lady Di. Yes, a couple of times. Then someone doing the first hop, and that's when I found you. And you've been doing the hop since. Oh gosh, that hop has brought so many of us together. I can't imagine the savings and budget community without that. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, whenever you go to Disney, you always go to Target or Walmart first. Miss Leela. Hi. Sweet dreams, my friend. Look at you guys. I know I'm old. I know. Yes. And of course, the letter that we wrote back to the courthouse, to the judge, to the patonetary's office, to the attorney, and to all three supervisors, because I had them certified mailed, there were some underlying innuendos in regards to corruption. Let's just put that out there. We used to do the moons together. The moons I was doing as a roll and save on a daily. That's how I was doing them. The building stopped being used February. Yeah, February. From February, when I first got that letter. Because I'm not the rule breaker, and I want to get things finalized before I move forward. Because it was the threat of being fined on a daily basis. And you're not reaching into my pocket like that. The assessor. And here's the other thing. TJ and I don't know if I had said that I was with TJ a couple of times recently, right? TJ and I took a ride. Besides, he got the, we went to court for his registration, which was my fault. We went to the courthouse, and we went to the tax assessors, and we went to this one, and we were saying, you know, what do we have to do here? We were looking for, this is A, B, C, and D. If you said do A, B, and C, and D, and it didn't sound far-fetched, we were going to do A, B, C, and D, right? The moment that there was, no one was able to give us a direct answer. Two offices within the courthouse, they sent us over to the Chamber of Commerce. We went to them. We actually spoke to their attorney on the phone, who is like the small business one. I don't see a problem. Why are you having a problem? Why are they bothering you? You tell me. Then we went next door to the state representative's office, told her everything. She says, all right, I'm going to call over to Harrisburg. We'll see what they say. Nothing. I'm telling you, my head can explode. And that's why I was like, I had to run away. Like I could not function. Like, because you think about this, I sit here and the file's sitting there, and I was like, I gotta work on that. How can I work on this? I gotta go do that. How can I work on this? I gotta go fix that. How can I work on this? That was chaos to me. My savings challenges. Oh God, my favorite saving. I'm looking around as if I think it would have to be that first book. I think I'm beyond thankful to that first book. It's right here. It's right here. It doesn't go far. It really doesn't. Okay, thank you, Zippy. Now that was 23-25. It's not my first one, but it was this one where you get in the habit of saving $1. Then I happened to go to the bank that year, and I was able. That's where my $2 bills came from. Like I wanted to do $2 bills, and then this was $5 bills, and this was my book, and this was the book I owe this thanks, and this is the entire book. It made a comeback in 25, and then it really, I guess it's because it's where it all began. That's my favorite. Sunday savings with friends. Yes. Is she still on, Wendy? What was it? I can't look. Free to Fly. And then she changed her name to Michelle. She had the special needs boys. And then one of them would actually do some of the challenges with her. It was the sweetest. It was the sweetest. Excuse me. Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you, my girl. I think that's because I have to choose that, because if I did not create that, I wouldn't have gone further. You know what I mean? I owe that one so much thanks. And every time I see Clarina's name and I see Lil, I don't even know if Lil understands that 100% of what it was. Her kindness that rocketed Donna, powered by creativity, the saver. Yeah. Yes, it also came in the combo envelope. It's had many different looks throughout the years. And then that summer, I launched the Scratch Off book. I did this like 3 times. This is also one of my favorites. When I think about how many times I've done this. Yeah. And look, they don't go far. They don't go far. Because why? They tell a story. They tell a story. Good night, my friend. Right. I want to get the Scratch Off book eventually. Oh, that's a good one. When you do that one, Amy, when you want to do that one, I'll do that one again. I would definitely do that one again. That's one of my, I'll never forget when that book got launched. I chose not to print myself, and I went to the UPS store and had it printed. But I bound them myself. I put them in I have that machine. And it was during the summer, and I had John, Vinny, and Shannon putting Scratch Off stickers. That's how many orders I had that summer. Amazing. Amazing. All right, I want to talk about this real quick. I know that we gave the PDF away, but I started diving deep into this book. And the first part is like 70 pages, and I'm like 31 into it. I think I have to read part 1 because I am pulling apart every single one of these. I'm breaking it down. And I think that it's going to have to, I see a whole, I think this is going to be so rewarding, but I think it needs questions to go with it. And I think it needs a journal to go with it. And I literally highlighted today, and I know you can't see it, but I started writing in the margins. And I know so many of you said that you've read it before, but you couldn't get through it and you put it down. And I think I found a way that we can get through this. And I want to bring bullet points to you. So this is going to be really important, and it's going to go really well with what we've done in the past. So, wow. I don't see any more questions. Anything else? Did I answer everything? Did you guys enjoy that Q&A? Can't believe it's 9:30. We got invited to last year. I know I've talked about them before. Gary, he's the local well driller. He and his wife invited us to go to Vegas in the winter. They've got the hotel rooms, and they basically said that we just have to pay for our airfare, and most all the meals are included and whatever we do. And I think we're going to be doing a ghost town on a side-by-side. It's not about gambling. It's about seeing the sights because their teenagers are coming with us. So we went to their house and had pizza tonight. They have one of those beautiful outdoor brick fire pizza ovens that he built himself. So we were at their house tonight, and it was so nice. And I love her. They come on the cruises with us and stuff. Good people. And that's why I was late tonight. I know. I'm so sorry. No yawning. I had a great time tonight. I really did. You think you would like to join us when? June. You're leaving me hanging. Let me know what that means. Didn't you do a live once from there? Yes, I did. Thank you, Vet. Yes, I did. I did a live there. It was a Sunday night. We did. So we were there for pizza tonight. It was 81 degrees. It's 69. It's going to be a hot night. But yeah, they're really good people. And and they got a puppy. They got the puppy. They got a puppy that's it's a beagle, but it was white and tan, adorable. Oh my God, that's what was all over me. Poor Bella. So I had the best time with them tonight. Best time. I so want that pizza oven. Good night, Miss Janet. It sent too early. When you do the scratch off book. Oh, you want to do it too? Okay. All right. We could do this. When you guys say you're ready, I will jump into that book again. That book is happy. And I used to do it where I can roll the dice and count and have fun with it. Oh, unless you want me to create a whole new one, we can make a whole new one with different images. Oh my gosh, did I just say that? We can have a version 2. That would be pretty fun. Huh. Maybe a version 2 has to come out. And now I hear Toulouse. You know how Toulouse, here it comes. Breathes so heavy, that poor cat. All right. Thank you, Jen. All right, everyone, are you ready to say goodnight? I hope we didn't do affirmations, and I'm going to message Miss Shar now because I haven't seen them in 2 weeks, and I'm wondering if they're good. I hope that you guys have an amazing week, and I promise to keep you updated on what they say for surgery, and I'll be back 100% one day. No drama. Love yous, and I will see yous in the next one. Bye, everyone. See ya. Good night, Miss Melissa. Sweet dreams, and I hope you have a great week. Night, Miss Bev.